Shalom YouTube, it's your boy Micaiah, aka the Hawkeye Hebrew, coming at you with another video. And I've been looking to rework my melee Magsorc. I made this build seems like almost a year ago, and since then so many changes have come to Sorcerer that I felt like I needed to relook at everything. So I'm on the PTS, by the way. This is the public test server, and we just got the week 4 update. So at this point, whatever happened is pretty much what's gonna be. So yeah, I'm on the PTS, and I wanted to look at how I would reset this up. Obviously I don't have some of this gear and stuff. I would have to do some farming, but let's go ahead and look at it. So in the last version of the build, I was using Wretched Vitality on the back bar, and I had War Maiden on the front bar, and the build hit like a truck. It was like really nice. But they got this new set, Tarnished Nightmare, which looks absolutely amazing. So I think with once the new patch hit, this is the set that I'm probably going to be farming for this particular build. So as you can see, this is the first 2 through 4 is all crit chance, and then when you deal critical damage to an enemy, glass shards burst 8 meters around them, dealing 6,200 physical damage. And I'm pretty sure, let's see, that probably goes up. Yeah, so you get a nice little burst proc off of this. And see, it applies the Sundered status effect, where now once you apply the Sundered status effect, reduces the enemy's armor, and then it also gives you like 100 weapon and spell damage for like 4 seconds or something. Like it's pretty interesting what they did to it. But yeah, this set is really nice. And for those of you who remember the old build, it was a crit based build. We had like 6k spell damage, 9k pen, and like 40 something crit resistance, and we still got those stats. So this set plays right into what we were already doing on the last build, which is crit damage, a high burst crit build. So I got this in 2 maces, one Nern with the weapon damage enchant, and the other sharpen with a shock. You probably could go charged here if you want. You can play around with the traits however you like. And then I got the Wretched Vitality resto staff on the back bar, and that's powered. The last version of the build, I said I wanted to use Balorg, but I didn't have a light shoulder, so I ended up doing a one piece that was pen, and then I did a one piece of what is that set called? It's a monster set that gives the one piece mag and stand recovery. That's what I did last time, but now since I'm on the public test server, I'm just gonna show you what I wanted to do originally, which is 2-piece Balorg. I feel like when you're trying to burst somebody down, this is the best monster set for that. So I got 3 heavy on this build: heavy helmet, heavy chest, and then heavy legs, and then everything else is light. The tarnished metal jewelry, all infused with weapon damage, and then I had the marking ring of majesty, and this is bloodthirsty with weapon and spell damage. You can make this infused if you want. I left it bloodthirsty, but that's pretty much the build. To look at the stats, my race is a dark elf, by the way, so let's go ahead and buff up. You can see we got 28,000 magicka, we got 30,000 health. Our recoveries is coming in at 1,600 mag recovery and 1,300 stam recovery, which is way more than enough. Our spell damage is 5,800. Actually 5,900. And then with Balor, we getting some pretty nasty stats. Our crit is 41%, so it's right there where it was with the last version of the build. Our resistance is coming in at 27 spell, 24 physical. We got 1,500 crit resist. Let's see, we got 25 points in the magic, 39 in the health. We're using Bewitched Sugar Skulls. I have the Shadow Munda Stone on, and our crit damage is 15%, so that's what, 65% crit damage. And then I got stage 4 Vamp on. I had that on the last build too. I'm mainly using that for the cost reduction to the sprint. So if you feel like you having some sustain issues, you could drop that. One of the things that's changed, Arterial Burst now applies the hemorrhaging status effect. So that's extra damage that we didn't have with the last version of the build. Still using Streak as our movement tool and our stun. I have Camo Hunter here, and I was using that for the passive crit chance, the major savagery and prophecy, and then to get minor berserk. Since we're critting always anyway, you get the minor berserk from this skill. Mage's Fury, I don't know if this was like this last time. I don't remember this, but the morph that I normally use is Endless Fury, and it gives you almost 5k mag back when you kill a target. But this morph right here looks pretty promising because see the second part, if an enemy falls below 20% health within 4 seconds of being struck, an explosion deals an additional 12,000 shock damage to them and all enemies nearby. So you land a Dawnbreaker of Smiting, you hit them with this, land a Dawnbreaker on a group of enemies, that's a lot of AoE burst damage. So I don't know which one of those morphs I want to take on that just yet, but that skill looks pretty nice. And then Crystal Frag, this thing is amazing. This is one of our main burst skills. Like I say, the ulti Dawnbreaker. Then on the back bar we have Crit Surge. This is our damage buff and passive healing. I don't know which version of this I want to take either. Since we're using Wretched Vitality, Hurricane will proc both the major and minor aspect of Wretched. So you just use one skill and proc both. I think on the last version of the build I was using Boundless Storm for the major expedition, but now that I really think about it, you have Streak, so Hurricane will probably be the better option there. And then we have Dark Conversion. I like this morph better than Dark Heal. It heals for a way bigger amount than Dark Deal. You can see we got 12k on that. That's insane. And now one of the new changes to this skill is that you get minor berserk for 20 seconds, which we didn't have that last time. So that's a new addition that they've added. We have Blessing of Restoration. You can see that has a pretty nice heal on it as well. Almost a 12k heal on that. That's amazing. And then we got Haunt and Curse on our back bar. This is a new skill that I've been wanting to use also, and the reason why, this is crazy, we're already a crit build, so if you pop this you can get Major Force for 8 seconds. That may go up as the skill increases, but adding Major Force to the build would be a crazy addition. But then also this Life Giver, I don't use this ulti much, but it says it automatically casts regeneration, Blessing of Protection, and Steadfast Ward free of cost. So if I'm ever in a pinch and I pop this ultimate, it's gonna cast this skill for me also free of cost, which that is a lot of healing coming in. And then if you had rapid regen on here, it would cast both of those skills free of cost. So that is a crazy skill. I think I'm probably gonna try this version, honestly, but the major force sounds mighty tempting. Some changes now that you have minor berserk here. If you wanted to, you could drop camo hunter, and I was thinking about trying this hardened ward skill. It's a nice little heal, and then you have the overshield. And one of the things that I was thinking about trying is maybe putting hardened ward here, and on my back bar using vigor, and then vigor, like maybe you can have some kind of play style where you put this on and then you put vigor, and the vigor kind of heals under the shield. So that's something that I was going to kind of try, like maybe you taking some damage, hit vigor, pop that, and then you can streak, and basically your vigor will heal under the overshield. So you kind of got like two forms of healing. That's one of the things that I was going to kind of test out and see how I liked it. But and then if you did this, obviously you would have to switch to spell power pots to get your savagery buff back. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been looking at with this build as far as changes. And then I don't know if I showed y'all there. You see the shards that burst out? That's the tarnished metal effect. And you can see I got the target dummy set up. It hits all of them, so it has a nice little AoE damage on it. Champion points, I was looking at doing focus mending. I had ironclad, and then I had daily aim and master at arms to boost all my single target damage. And then in the red tree, slippery, I had sustained by suffering, pain's refuge, and celerity. And if you wanted to drop one of those for balanced vitality to get a little more health, you could do that also. But that's the build. That's what I'm looking at. Like I say, I'd have to farm for this tarnished metal set, but that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as my new setup for the melee Magsorc. And obviously, if you want to drop the Shadow Munda Stone for anything else, you could take the what is it called, Apprentice, for more spell damage. You could take the Atronach for more mag recovery. You can kind of, I set that up to be a flex spot. So yeah, that's the build. Hope y'all enjoy it, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.